Hello, I'm Megan, and I'm forecasting the weather for March 13th, 2003. Today we have temperatures that are warm and cold all over the U.S. Here are the maps of the high and low temperatures of the U.S. On the right is the low temperatures, and on the left is the high temperatures. In Milwaukee, Wisconsin, we have a high of 36 degrees and a low of 27 degrees. In San Diego, California, we have a high of 67 degrees and a low of 59 degrees. In Austin, Texas, we have a high of 75 degrees and a low of 67 degrees. And in Richmond, Virginia, we have a high of 69 degrees and a low of 43 degrees. There are lower temperatures where the purple and light blue are because of the jet stream bringing in Arctic cold winds. It's warmer down south because it's closer to the equator, and that's where the air masses will hit. It's also colder in the north because it's farther away from the equator, and that's where the polar air masses will hit. Today there are two stationary fronts and one cold front. There's a cold front coming in from the Atlantic Ocean heading towards California, Washington, and Oregon. There's a stationary front from western Canada and into North and South Dakota. There's another stationary front from the Pacific Ocean down south into Arkansas and Texas. A stationary front is when a cold and warm front meet, but neither one can move the other. This causes rain and clouds for days because when the cold and warm air meet, the front can't move. There are two pressure systems. In Colorado, there is a high-pressure system, which will bring cooler weather but with clear skies. There's a low-pressure system in the Illinois-Kentucky area, which will bring more rain and clouds than the stationary front that is there. A high-pressure system is a mass of cool air that brings fair weather and light winds. A low-pressure system is an area of low pressure which will bring rain and storms. A high-pressure system has a large area of whirling winds going down with lots of molecules getting pushed down. A low-pressure system is whirling winds moving up with molecules leaving an area of open space underneath it. There is a little bit of rain in Washington, Michigan, Indiana, Arkansas, South Carolina and part of Georgia, and Texas. These states all have about 0.25 inches of rain. This was caused by the stationary front from the Pacific Ocean. In the same states, the temperature and dew point is close, and there is 100% cloud coverage, which all means precipitation. Precipitation forms by warm air hitting cold air and then condensing, evaporating, and then falling back down as precipitation. Air masses are huge bodies of air that have similar temperature, humidity, and air pressure at any given height. Air masses are usually classified by their temperature and humidity. The two main types of air masses are maritime and continental. There's maritime tropical and maritime polar. There's also continental tropical and continental polar. Maritimes are formed over the ocean, and continentals are formed over land. There's a maritime tropical coming in from the Atlantic Ocean and will be bringing rain and warmer temperatures to Florida and Georgia. There's another maritime tropical coming in from the Pacific Ocean, which will be bringing rain and warmer air to California and Oregon. There's a continental polar in Minnesota and heading into Iowa, which will be bringing some cold, dry weather. There are lots of isobars on the map today. Isobars are lines that show barometric pressure. When the lines are close together, that means there's more wind, and if they're not close together, it means less wind. So right here, the wind speeds are faster and there's more wind. And right here, there's less wind and the speeds are slower. If the pressure is high, like 1020 up to 1028, that most likely means there's going to be a high-pressure system. If the pressure is lower, like 1000 to 1004, then it's most likely a low-pressure system. The average barometric pressure is 1013.